Welcome to the Knowledge Mobilization Flash Talk series. Today, we're going to talk about project management in research and evaluation. Our presenter is Alison Bowman, who is Senior Project Manager with the Wisconsin Evaluation Collaborative at the Wisconsin Center for Education Research at UW-Madison. She's also the Associate Director of the Clinical Program at WCER. The Flash Talk series is a partnership between the WCER Clinical Program, Wisconsin Evaluation Collaborative, and the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction with support from the United States Department of Education. With that, I'm going to pass it over to Alison to get us started. Thank you.
Good morning, friends. Is my volume okay? I'm going to take that silence as a big yes. Thank you for joining us today. As Emily shared, my name is Alison, and I've been in some sort of project management role with the School of Ed for about 15 years now. My career developed from all of the unseen and understated areas in research and evaluation, project management, but also communication. Quick side note, I'm actually giving another flash hack on dissemination on 423 with some of my colleagues at WEC. So if you want to hear more about that, please join us then. All right, back to project management. Let's start by defining what is it? Whether you're planning a project or a party, you need to employ some kind of management techniques to help you be successful. These are all the processes, knowledge, skills, techniques, tools, all that good stuff to meet your goals and deliverables successfully. And as I was sharing earlier, I kept falling into these roles again and again because it turns out project management is actually vital to research and evaluation. It's not just adjacent to all of the technical skills. So today's talk is a very rapid introduction to Project Management 101. Annalie tells me I have a firm 5 minutes, so I'm going to try to talk fast and share 3 key approaches that can be used across different systems and teams, hoping we can start thinking more intentionally and purposefully about how we approach our work. And then in the discussion, we can get into more specifics, because I know there are likely some seasoned PM pros in the audience who have great tips to share too. All right, Annalie, next slide, please. All right, I want to start by stressing the value of intermediate deadlines. Annalie, could you please give me one more bullet? Let's assume we have the scopes, objectives, big deliverables that are likely to find in a formal document, maybe even a contract or an MOU. What's next? In my 15 years of doing this kind of work, I find we often underestimate what, who, and how long it's going to take to get us to those goals and deliverables. This results in working in emergency mode. And sometimes, even so, we're still missing deadlines, and that gets tired real quick. Emergency mode not only has the potential of missing deadlines, but it also has real human impact on health, wellness, staff retention. People leave when you're always in emergency mode fighting fires. Annalie, could I please have one? Oh, she's on it. So how do we move past this? Take some time and sketch out what are all the small steps and intermediate deadlines to get you to that deliverable that really gets you to the goal. And I'm saying literally sketch this out to make sequences and flows. Think about who's drafting the work. Does someone or someone's plural need to review? And don't forget to build in time to revise, to beautify with design and formatting, all that good stuff. And then once you have this sketched out, take a step back and think about what this looks like collaboratively, because you likely only carry part of the picture. What is the unique lens that you're carrying, but what is that of others on your team? And this is going to vary based on your role in the project, but really also based on your personality and your work style. Are you the person who sees that big picture really clearly? Or are you the person who tends to be kind of in the weeds, but you can really braid those weeds into something beautiful? We're all bringing different strengths to the table. So please don't be afraid to contribute, but also collaborate as you're building these processes. This includes not just your team, but your partners too. Keep in mind ways that you can thoughtfully and authentically engage all the various players. All right, so now once you have all these details and people captured, use a process called backwards mapping to build backwards chronologically from the date you promised all this good stuff to find when you should realistically and comfortably start the work. Spoiler alert, it's probably sooner than you think, but doing so is going to lead to less stressful steps throughout. And to be safe, I'd say build in another 10 to 15% time on each of these steps to have a little wiggle room for the inevitable hiccup. All right, next slide, please, Annalie. All right, the power of data. This should not be a hard sell given today's group. It's made up of research and evaluators, right? We love data, it's true. So don't be afraid to use your own data to inform these processes and start building healthy habits. Annalie, could I have another bullet or two, please? Create spaces within your project timeline for periods of reflection, both personally and collectively on your team, to refine the flow. Build in space to track your time, track your steps when change happens, and refine that workflow. Now, this sounds like extra work, I know, but it actually results in time savings because you're going to work more efficiently and effectively in the long run. If you can move from being in a space of reactive to proactive, it's really true that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. This feedback loop is going to help you more accurately predict and plan your time now so you can work better in the future. And this, I promise, is going to amount to all around time savings, and you're going to start seeing the benefits really quickly. If I am wrong on this, please reach out to me. Annalee, next slide, please. All right. Last one and the best one. Let's talk about the joy of free stuff. Embrace all the good free tools out there. If you're like me, sometimes free stuff sounds like angel singing, even better if it's effective. And thankfully, the internet is full of it. My favorite tool in all of this PM work is Asana. It's a comprehensive project management program that's going to help you organize and manage your work in ways that will honestly rock your world. Like, they don't pay me to say this, but honestly, it's true. I've been using it for about a decade, and the features just keep getting better. They have lists, Gantt charts, brainstorming boards, calendars, so many different tools and features to help you think about different ways to plan your work as an individual or as a team. There's a free version, and there's also a paid version. If you like the features, you can get some more by paying a monthly fee. Now, really, I wanted to give my whole flash talk on Asana, so maybe that's something Annalee can put me down for the summer. But also, Asana really was the gateway app for a lot of other powerful organizational apps. It recognizes that the average employee is working in more than a dozen systems every single day. So rather than trying to box them out, it plays well with other apps by way of integrations. And so with a couple of clicks, you can get all of your favorite tools talking to each other, sync in real time, and have the features mutually accessible. It's really amazing. One of my favorites on that note is something called Toggle. It's a time tracking tool. How long does it take to actually do something so you can better plan your day or your whole project? Who knows sometimes, but Toggle will help you figure that out. Now, finally, on the joy of free stuff on the internet, I want to also mention YouTube. There is a lot of good stuff on there from really smart content creators who make really professional looking videos, and it's all free, so check that out. All right, one more thing. Because of our UW affiliation, we have even more resources. A couple things worth mentioning is the Office of Human Resources has a series called Fully Prepared to Lead. Sounds like it's a management course, but it's really focused a lot on project management, free to you. Also worth mentioning is LinkedIn Learning, formerly Linda, has a ton of project management courses you can take on your own schedule, right? And then finally, as a take-home resource for today, I shared with Annalee an article that combines all the best free online courses, podcasts, ebooks, a bunch of other resources and different formats you can think about project management in. And again, it's all free. All right, I'm pretty sure I'm probably at time, so let's move on to the super fun stuff, which is mobilizing our knowledge. Annalee is going to work some internet sorcery and put us into breakout rooms. Once we get into these rooms, please start by introducing yourself and then visit 2 questions. First, what are the challenges you are facing that prevent you from being more successful in your project management efforts? And second, based on today's flash talk, what adjustments are you planning to make? If you're working in a group setting, how can you better collaborate with your team? You'll have
I'm going into a breakout. I'm
15 minutes to connect. Nicole Bowman, you are not on mute. All right, Annalee, I turn it over to you for the internet magic. You're not on mute, Nikki.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to put you all into breakout rooms, and we'll put the prompts into chat as well so you have them. And we'll come back together in about 15 to 20 minutes. Have fun.